Okay, and welcome back to another episode of the Saucy Boys podcast. I go by the name of Chaku,
Michael motherfucking Stokes, bitch.
and it's been a long time coming, but we're back.
Back up in this bitch like
We're gonna say it.
supposed to.
We're just gonna drop episodes when we want to,
Yeah, whenever the fuck we need to.
cause niggas be busy. Okay,
It's busy, the holidays coming up. Shit's just happening in people's lives, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got time to be just like, I moved far away now. Like, I can't just be like coming over here weekly and putting shit together.
no.
But with that being said, we're going to try our best to always bring the quality that we try to do every episode and, you know, the laughs for the loyals and shit like that. But with that being said, but because of time constraints, you're going to be hearing this after Halloween, but this will be our like official Halloween episode.
Ooh. We even got the boo cups.
The boo.
Boo. But yeah. So since we back and this is our Halloween episode, we are going to ask a question. And we ain't gonna get these answers back till later, but rewatchable horror films. Like, what is some of y'all's go-tos whenever y'all watch horror movies during Halloween? Some people don't even watch horror movies during Halloween, which is weird. They always go to like was A Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
That one, Hocus Pocus. I mean, they're like supposed to be kind of scary, I guess, but they ain't really scary movies. What was the one Disney joint where the dude was under the bed? The boogeyman is the black kid. Don't Look Under the Bed. Is it Don't Look Under the Bed? Hold on,
That was a Disney movie?
Yeah.
Did it have Ving Rhames in it?
I don't remember.
If it had Ving Rhames in it, you're talking about the people under the stairs?
No, not that one.
Okay, that one was crazy. That movie scared the shit out of me as a kid or whatnot. But also following up on the question you're asking, I have another question. Are horror movies rewatchable? Like, I don't know. Horror movies to me are kind of like a one-time thing unless I'm showing it to someone else. You know what I'm saying?
This joint.
I remember that because the guy with the dread scared the shit out of me as a kid when the commercial would play.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that shit.
That was actually kind of creepy.
I don't know why he scared the shit out of me so much. I was just like, why is this on Disney Channel? That guy looks freaky.
Yeah. I don't know. The reason why this question came about is because the movie in the background with the sound off is Get Out. And the movie it's a great movie, but I've only watched it one time. And you had mentioned that because of availability on streaming, that maybe that's one of the reasons why I haven't revisited it. And it's on Netflix now, so I guess that's why I put it on. But I just like I don't remember a time like going back and like I really like that movie. Let me go back and watch it again.
For me, it's more of the fact of what I had said about the streaming thing was like I feel like this is the first time it's been on any streaming platform, really. Yeah. Now, with that being said, I'm pretty sure it was prior, but I don't think it was ever like marketed. That, you know, like when Netflix is about to upload new movies, you get that email that says, here's what's leaving on Netflix next month. And then when you start watching it, you see the things that are leaving automatically have that tag under them saying like leaving soon and all that. And now and then you get the list of what's coming soon. I feel like this is like the first time that's ever happened. So it must be like the first time Get Out's been on Netflix. Yeah. But when this came out, like it came out and it was a phenomenon to go to the theater and see it. I just don't remember like the whole, it's on streaming now, let's go, we got to watch it again or whatnot. It was more like I saw Get Out, you should go see it.
Yeah. This was before COVID, right?
Yeah, it was 2017. Damn. I want to say.
From like 2017 to like now, like that whole COVID, that was like the blip.
It was
like in real life.
It fucks up everyone's time.
That shit, I like when people tell me like certain things were like 2 or 3 years ago. I'm like, oh, like yeah, like 20. I'm like, oh shit,
bro. Like
it's been like 3-4 years.
I went to school and interned, and was being taught how to work in a corporate office environment that 6 months after I graduated college, would be fucking flipped upside down by COVID.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like the office environment that they were training me to work and be like a shark in and move around in, it doesn't fucking exist.
It's now your living room.
Yeah, it's like real shit. Like I thought I gotta be professional and all this shit. Nigga, I'm doing fucking meetings in a fucking hoodie and a fucking Spurs hat, bro. Nobody cares. This shit is wild now.
Could you imagine like niggas be like, man, I just bought all these dress shirts.
Well, I did have a little bit of that because I wanted to be cool. And I went and got like all these. I got like a pair of slacks. I did the Steve Harvey thing, like, oh, you gotta have a pair of dress pants for every day of the week, and then you gotta have a matching shirt, one white shirt, one black shirt. Like, yeah, I did some shit like that. So I bought like slacks, button ups, 5, so that I could wear something different every day of the week. And then when I started working at the bank, they started giving me the polos. And it was like, fuck yeah, now I can wear polos and not have to worry about a button up. And then as soon as I was getting my fits off and getting them right, COVID hits. Niggas is like, dress code's canceled. Yeah. Just wear jeans and a polo. That was it. And ever since then, I've just been anti slacks and button ups ever again.
It's funny because you see how people dress like whenever they go out. And it's like, yeah, you could tell COVID definitely fucked up there. Oh, yeah. Niggas be out here sweatpants.
Well, I heard someone else talking about this, but they were saying, like, is there anything that came out with better PR after COVID than, like, joggers and sweatpants? It's, like, acceptable to wear them everywhere now. Yeah. When prior to that, it was like, come on, man, put on some fucking real pants. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just like, first date, let me throw on these joggers.
Now everybody got elastic waistbands.
Yeah. Strip club, let me throw on these joggers. Yo, I put on a belt at the beginning of this month for like the first time in years.
Like, what the fuck?
It felt so weird, like the metal touching my stomach and shit. I was like, ugh, can I put my wife beater under that? Like, I don't like that feeling.
What the fuck? What is this thing on my waist?
We ate dinner and shit, and I felt like I was like suffocating. I was like, no relief. Why is this happening? Like
that shit.
You know.
Yeah. I bought a bunch of like, see, that's my thing. Like, I've always worked at jobs where I'm like pretty lax with like fits. So I don't really have to like dress up for anything. And then I get invited to shit and I have to dress up and I'm like, I don't have any fucking clothes. I got like one suit. No bullshit. Maybe 2 suits. Maybe 3 suits. I got 3. But they're all black. But my thing is like, I don't never have to go to events like that or like things where I need to dress up. So when it comes to that part of things, like my closet is lacking very badly. Yeah. But when I do go to those events and I'm like working, like I'm DJing or I'm doing something, so like the suits that I have are like comfortable. They're like the stretchy joints. Like it's something basic for whatever spot that I'm doing. So I don't have to like, you know, like it looks good, but it's not like how I want it to look. It's not like a tailored fucking suit. Yeah, it's just like some shit for the gig.
Well, shit. I mean, they make dress pant joggers now, dog. Like,
oh yeah, I seen that. Throw
them hoes on and just.
I'm like, what the fuck?
No one would even know.
Yeah. So I don't know, but with all that being said, rewatchable horror movies. I don't know. Like the reason why I asked you that is just because like I've seen like I watched Get Out, and I haven't really seen it until now. Well, like I haven't like gone back and like watched it again.
Well, here's the thing. Like I feel like the only rewatchable horror movies, I mean, of course, for the holiday, Halloween, easy. I want to say that's probably the most rewatched horror movie to date, in my opinion. Especially because it gets a day of the year every year.
Yeah.
And everyone's going to celebrate it. It has a huge following, fan base that all like it, even though the last 2 movies that came out from Danny McBride sucked total ass, but it's all good. Fuck it. If you don't see Halloween Kills or Halloween Ends, they're garbage.
Trash.
Other than that, but Halloween is big. But it's gonna be like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Chucky. Those are like the most rewatched horror movies. Like everyone's seen those.
You know what's crazy is I seen somebody post something the other day, and I mean this is all opinion. So they gave like a list of like the top horror films like by state, just based off of like views. Mm-hmm. But then they did another list, and it was based off of like scientific like data and like which ones are the scare. It was either the scariest or I think there was one where it's like which ones were watched by region,
Yeah.
and then which ones were watched, like which ones were scariest in like order. And I think Hereditary was like number 2.
Yeah.
As far as like the scariest. I forgot what number 1 was. But the ones that were like the most watched in other states was like It.
Yeah.
But the new one.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But I like I said, I haven't like really rewatched a lot of those movies. And I like even like since Halloween's around, I haven't watched any horror movies since I think I watched Casper the other day, but that don't really count as like a horror movie.
Yeah, it ain't really horror.
It's a Halloween movie, I guess. But.
I mean, you just got to be a special type of person to just be like, you know what I want to fire up? I want to fire up that fucking, fucking Get Out. I want to fire up that fucking House of 1,000 Corpses again on a random Tuesday night just because I need some like fucking white noise in the background while I get this report finished.
Hey,
like,
some people do that though.
But that ain't me though. That's not that's the thing though. That's not I don't want to say a normal person because I don't want to judge people. But the average person isn't doing that. You want to put something on that is not going to raise your stress levels, not going to fucking
anxious.
tense and anxious and shit. So this is why you go back to your comfort foods. Like
let me put on Hostel while I'm eating dinner.
Yeah, fucking Hostel. That's crazy. I used to have a rule back in the day when like The Walking Dead was the big thing and everyone watched it and it was like appointment television. I had a rule with my sister when we watched it that we can't eat while watching the show no more. Because one time we were like, Walking Dead's coming on. I ordered a pizza, Meat Lovers, pause. Has all the fixings on it. And like, we're like upstairs eating and shit. And then it was like a close-up scene of like a zombie just ripping out someone's fucking intestines and like snacking on them and shit. And I like looked at my sister and I was like, I lost my appetite. I'm good. And just put the food down. I was like, no more pizza while we watch the show.
You know what's wild is I never used to get like that. Like I could like watch shit and just like fucking eat and be good. Or like people could do like somebody could fart in the same room as I'm in, like loud, and I'm just like, all right, whatever. But now, like certain things, like I look and I'm just like, I'm not hungry no more.
Yeah, it just kills it.
And it could be like something small, like somebody like a dribble or like ranch on their lip or something, and I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, I was gonna say like spit, loogies, snot, anything like that shows up on a movie screen. If the appetite's gone, like I'm just, and it's gonna be for like a few hours. I gotta forget
that draft house with your fucking your nachos.
I gotta forget about it when I'm watching it. Not a horror movie, but this scene, I called it out when we played it in the background. But Minority Report, there's a scene where like he's going to get his eyeballs changed, and it's like in his dingy ass hotel room, and the doctor who's changing his eyes, like I don't know why he does this for the movie, but he puts like a close up on him, and the dude like fucking sneezes. And fucking snot just comes out his nose and he just grabs it and wipes it down, and the camera does not deviate from it. It leaves it there. It's so fucking gross.
Y'all gonna watch this?
Yeah. But those are things that immediately make me cringe, and I'm like, oh, I'm good on this. But I don't know. When it comes to rewatchable horror, I just can't think of anything that just comes to mind really. That's like.
I would say holidays, so like Halloween. I would say probably Halloween. That's probably like the only one. Like either that, or like Friday the 13th movies. Yeah. But you got all this new shit that's coming out now, so like it's like shifting. So like those movies are kind of like phasing out. Yeah. And then it's gonna be like It or like what's that one, Trick or Treat? That's supposed to be.
Oh yeah, Trick or Treat. I forgot about that one.
But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really think of Get Out as like, I don't know, it's good. That's the only reason why I asked you, like, is it really as good? Because me personally, like, I haven't rewatched it since it came out. Yeah. But like now watching it in the background, I'm like, okay, let me try to tap into this again.
Here's where I was gonna go with this before I lost my train of thought. Is it, to answer your question, but does that mean that the movie's not that good just because you didn't watch it again, or could it just mean that the movie? Sorry. Could it just mean that the movie like nailed the fucking dismount in one viewing? And I know it's not culturally acceptable to do now because we're in the binge culture and shit, but maybe you don't need to revisit it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like the whole thing with like these fucking TV shows that keep coming out where it's like, why does this need 5 seasons? Like, you can tell this in contain one season. We never have to revisit this again.
Yeah.
And we'll be good. But
yeah, that's how I feel like a lot of like series that are out. I'm like, I could have just made a movie.
Fuck yeah, like a movie.
Like, we didn't need all these extra details in here, like, because a lot of times it's like you get like 1 or 2 good episodes, and then like 4 or 5 kind of drag out, and they're kind of like either filler episodes or it's like some shit you really didn't care about, and then you're just waiting for the finale.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that's probably my view on like this film, is just because of like the shift in culture now. It's like everything's gravitating towards like it has to be a series.
Yeah.
So like when you watch it, it's just like one and done. It's like it's disposable, if that makes sense.
No, it makes total sense. What was the one that we were talking about recently?
Halloween.
Oh, that's right. So I didn't read like the premise on it. Was it what I think it is? Are they going to do like a show about Michael Myers growing up in the insane asylum?
I don't know details on like what it's supposed to be, but I know that the studio that picked it up, that was their plan, was to create a series. I don't know the backstory of the series, but they're going to move from series then on to a cinematic universe.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I'm kind of over the whole like purchasing IP and then fucking just making it into series.
It has to be on TV and it has to have movies.
Like, have you seen that Chucky series?
No.
Like, I've seen people like talk about it. Oh, it's good, but I'm just like, there's no need for that. Like, I don't know. For me personally, I don't
mean to be the guy who's just constantly asking questions, but what does it even mean if it's good now? Like, if like the loyal faithful say it's good, does that just mean like, oh, it's more of the same from the movies we remembered from the 80s? Or are they actually bringing something new to the table? Because, I mean, Chucky has been like the most lamest fucking horror villain we have.
I think when people say things are good now, it's entertaining, right?
Okay.
Because people can watch TikToks all day and be like, oh yeah, that TikTok was good. And it's like, it wasn't good. It was just entertaining for that moment, but it's not something that I would like 5 years from now be like, remember that TikTok? Like, because there's so many of them. And I feel like that's how like it's going with these fucking TV series. Like, just stop making series of everything. So there's like a few series that I'll watch that are like decent, right?
Yeah.
So like the ones that I've been watching currently, just like in between time, like when I have time. So this is how I get my episodes in. I get off of work, and like when I'm heading to a gig, I'll just have it playing in the car. Like whenever I'm parked or like I'm waiting to go set up or whatever, like I'll have it playing in the car. So I get to watch it maybe like 10, 15 minutes at a time.
Yeah, yeah.
So one I've been watching is Loki, which is actually pretty solid. And then the Gen V or Gen 5.
Gen V,
yeah. So I've been watching those two, and I mean they're pretty fucking like those are good to me.
Yeah.
But like other shit that I've seen like outside of that, like it doesn't like stick.
Yeah.
It's not like
I think that's everything though, but I mean it's crazy that the two things that are sticking for you right now come from a genre that's been beaten into the ground, like superhero genre and shit. But that's still, I don't know, it's still pretty cool. I think it's funny because I actually do like those two things that you mentioned. I actually loved Loki season 1. Yeah. Haven't watched one episode yet, and I think it's because they beat me. I think I'm just fatigued with superhero things right now. Like I'm just completely I'm good.
So the reason why I feel like I like Loki is because I'm just attached to like the whole Marvel cinematic universe. So it's like cool to like see how things connect. So that's why that's fun for me. And then for like The Boys and like Gen V, it's just because it looks at that other side like,
yeah,
like these niggas are really fucking shit up. But like these other PG movies ain't showing like that side of when fucking a superhero destroys a fucking building, like how many people in that bitch die, and like it's a cool perspective. So
you get that, you get that on Gen V. You're gonna get that from the Amazon Prime shows. Shout out The Boys, Gen V, and another one that I liked the first season, but I haven't watched the episode of this new season, Invincible.
Yeah.
I got to get around to watching that too because I actually do. I really like those shows, but I don't know.
That shit caught me off guard because I never like heard anything about it, and then something that popped up and it's like new show Invincible, blah blah blah. And so I was like, oh, let me check this out. And so the first episode, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, knew it was a comic book. Knew it was from the creator of The Walking Dead, who did the Walking Dead comic book. So in the back of my mind, I knew it was going to be very violent. Now, with that being said, did I know that I was going to watch like the greatest put together like pacing and how they did it episode 1 I've ever seen it ever? I didn't expect that.
No.
Because that episode 1 was crazy. It went, I mean, is it a spoiler now?
Nah.
It's not a spoiler. So the episode goes beat by beat with like your standard run-of-the-mill origin story of a new fucking hero. With great powers comes great responsibilities. And then out of fucking nowhere at the end, the mentor figure of this hero, it murders essentially the Justice League of this universe, like in fucking cold blood.
Like murks them niggas.
The wildest murder you've ever seen, like just kills them all, and that's how the episode ends.
Yeah,
like just like that. And so you go from like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna come back to this. I don't think this is that special. To holy shit,
yeah.
What the fuck?
What happens next?
Yeah, I gotta watch episode 2. Like, yeah.
So
that was crazy. But on the list of like costumes, superheroes and shit like that, and being is Halloween coming up tomorrow, and we're drinking out of our boo cups, I did want to do a little something festive. So we really didn't think too deep about this, so like trying to find like deep topics to. Actually, I had this idea where I was gonna use AI to write a story, like a scary story, and then I was gonna find 2 other scary stories, and I was gonna try and make you and the listeners play a little game of 2 truths, 1 lie.
Yeah.
And see if you guys can pick which one was the fake and which one was the truth or whatnot. But I didn't have time to sit down and formulate the prompt that I wanted to put in the chat GPT for it to spit that shit out for me.
We got to do it on a later episode.
Oh, no, we definitely can. There's a lot of crazy shit out there. So today I wanted to just look into, let's talk about the most popular Halloween costumes the year you were born. And the reason why I was thinking about this was because we were out this weekend, of course. The weekend of Halloween is always when everyone comes out with their costumes, even if the holidays doesn't fall on the weekend. And as we were out, what I'm noticing, it seems like the costume of the year this year is for women is Barbie, essentially.
Yeah.
It seems like Barbie is taking this over and running away with it, and it seems like that happens all the time. And I started to think like, well, when did the main, like the best costume become like the pop culture thing or whatnot? Because it just seems like I was like thinking like when our parents were our age, like when there was no internet or anything like that, what would be like the hottest costumes that they would, you know what I'm saying, like what would be the Barbie for them and all that shit. So I went and found a little list. This is from Reader's Digest. This is the most popular Halloween costumes the year you were born. The list starts in 1950. You want to take a guess what the most popular costume in 1950 is? And we won't go through the full 50s. What do you think the most popular costume in the 1950s was?
I have no idea.
It's pretty easy, honestly.
Is it a ghost?
Could be. No, it's not. Want to go again?
Pumpkin?
No.
Shit, I don't
Think about what's going on then. Think about there's no TVs. I mean, there are TVs. Not everyone has them on. So everyone's listening to the radio. And they're probably listening to shit like the Lone Ranger and blah and shit like
cowboy?
that. A fucking cowboy was considered the number 1 costume in 1950.
That's fucking crazy.
Which makes sense. And as you go up, 1951, Tarzan. So
damn.
It's what they're listening to on the radio. That's their pop culture. Because if you keep going, you got Don Lockwood. That's homie from Singing in the Rain. Mickey Mouse in 1953.
Yeah, I bet you them 1953 Mickey Mouse costumes look crazy as fuck.
And then you got Batman in 1954. So then that brings up the other thing is how many times do these things come back around? Because I'm sure that's not the first time Batman's been the number 1. I'm sure that's not going to be the only time that that's on the list. So let's keep going.
Let's move it down to the I wonder what some 70s ones were.
I'll do this one. The year my mom was born, 59. Marilyn Monroe.
Damn.
I can't imagine women being like, honey, I think I'm going to wear that Marilyn Monroe outfit this Halloween.
Husbands back then was tripping.
Yeah.
No, you're not, honey.
So which one did you say?
Let's see what they was rocking with in the 70s.
All right. 64, the Beatles. 65, Sonny and Cher. People walking around. All right. We said Barbie. Guess when the first year was the number one costume?
69.
Close. 1966, Barbie took the cake. So all y'all women out there in your little pink brigades walking around being Barbie, it's not original. It's not original at all. Okay, you said 69? 1969, an astronaut, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Because the year,
Yeah.
of course. So now we're piecing it together. Let's go to the 70s. 1970, Elvis Presley. Probably had to be his last stop, but it says, well, while Elvis Presley first topped charts in the 50s, it was in 1970 that the king of rock and roll broke records in Las Vegas, shot a documentary with his signature black hair, sideburns, flashy jumpsuit, and of course gold. Who could resist copying the King's style for Halloween? 1971, Willy Wonka.
Nice.
Let's go ahead and shoot up. 72, Don Corleone, Godfather. So that makes sense. The year the movie comes out. Brady Bunch is in there. Marsha Brady. I would have slapped a motherfucker. Richard Nixon starts popping up. Rocky Horror Picture, 1975. Charlie's Angels. That would be the first time in 76 when the show was hot. And then, of course,
Wars.
the world changes in 1977 with Star Wars, and that's when everyone is rocking Star Wars. Next year, of course, the year that Halloween comes out, Michael Myers is the number one costume in 1978. Rocky in 1979, Rocky Balboa.
Oh, shit, John Travolta.
Saturday Night
Fever, baby. Everybody's rocking them disco suits.
I bet, because that's like right when disco died, too, and they're just like, all I got to do is wear the same fucking shit I was wearing 3 years ago.
I got that in the closet. Go ahead and bust that out.
All right. In the 81, Indiana Jones.
You know, I low-key wanted to be Indiana Jones at one point.
I think everyone did at some point. 82, E.T. I feel like this is just going to be all the hottest movies of every year.
Yeah.
So 83, I can't think of nothing for 83. I'm gonna say Beverly Hills Cop. I want to see if Beverly Hills Cop is at the next one. Let's see. Oh shit! It had to be sometime in the 80s. 1983, the number one costume in America, Michael Jackson, of course. Madonna in 84 makes sense. Freddy Krueger, our first horror icon, is top the list. 86, the California Raisin.
Michael Myers.
No Michael Myers?
Well, no, I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
of the 80s, the first horror icon of the 80s has topped the list with Freddy Krueger. The California Raisin in 86. That's right before my time, but I do remember them. Alf in 87.
So before we get to like the 90s, I'm going to say mid-90s, somewhere in there is going to be the Addams Family.
It will. And I'll also say in the mid-90s, Batman will be back again.
Oh, yeah.
If Batman is not the number one for 1989.
There has to be a Joker in there, too.
It's got to be. I think that's going to be 89. Because that's when the Michael Keaton Batman came out. All right. Oh, shit. Not Joker, but close.
Riddler?
1988. Guess what the number one costume was in 1988?
Is it Riddler or Penguin?
Motherfucking Beetlejuice.
Oh, shit.
Motherfucking Beetlejuice. 1989, the Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Hey.
Holy shit.
That's the year I was born.
All right. We passed my year. My year was 88, so I was Beetlejuice. Ghostbusters. Okay. I'm going to go 1990. I'm going to say Ninja Turtle.
Damn. I want to say... I don't know. Go ahead.
Let's see. Let's take a look. 1990. Marty fucking McFly in 90.
Yo.
Wow. I wasn't expecting Marty McFly in 90. I'm gonna be truthful. So 91, I'm gonna go Ninja Turtle now. Terminator. Bro, this list is throwing me, dog. I'm sorry. I'm not expecting these, but that makes sense. Terminator 2 came out that year.
There gotta be Power Rangers somewhere in there.
Fucking Barney in 92?
Yeah, Barney was popping.
That's crazy. All right. 93 gotta be Power Rangers. Yep. Yes. Power Rangers, 93. Hey, y'all weren't in the 90s. Y'all don't fucking know, man.
Yeah,
it was a lifestyle.
Damn, I want to be a Power Ranger now.
Me too. Like, we should get like the group together and like just be Power Rangers and shit.
Power Ranger it up. That shit be dope.
Oh fuck, I lost my footing on this page.
Oh no.
Oh shit! It made me start all the way at the top. Hold up, I got to get back to my spot. We were at 93.
Adam's Family. This got to be like Uncle Fester or some shit.
All right. We coming back up on it. 91, 92, 93. Power Rangers. 94. You want to take a guess?
No.
Okay. We have Bart Simpson in 94 is the number one costume.
You know what's wild is like with how like technology and shit was back in the day. I want to see what some of these costumes look like because they just showing the pictures of like
people just like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the first time I seen like somebody like post a picture of the costume, but I want to see what like people were dressing up like back then, like what they use, because you know how you see creative costumes now, people just be putting like household shit together and it actually comes out pretty dope. I wonder what it was like back then.
Here's a fun fact. You know what Bart Simpson's full name is?
I don't want to fuck it up, so I'm gonna let you.
It says Bartholomew Jojo Bart Simpson.
Damn, that nigga got a long name.
Yeah. All right. 95, Lloyd Christmas and Harry Dune.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. I expected that to be Batman, honestly. 96, Spice Girls. Should have saw that coming.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, should have saw that coming. Also, sidebar, the David Beckham documentary on Netflix, actually kind of dope.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, pretty dope. I watched it.
Put it on my list.
It's just because he's been with her so long. I didn't know he started dating her and married Posh Spice in the 90s.
Damn,
like she was in Spice Girls when they started dating and shit.
They've been together for a minute.
And it was a big deal because like England was in the World Cup and they lost and they blamed it on him and shit. But we didn't get all that media over here in America, so we didn't fucking know, honestly.
I think I seen like a clip and it was like she had called him and said that she was like pregnant or some shit. Like
this fucking thing
during the final joint.
Going back on me.
Damn, Spice Girl. I bet you my sister was a Spice Girl for Halloween.
Yeah. All right, I gotta get my place back again, guys. This Reader's Digest list keeps fucking.
I hate when websites be glitchy like that.
Yeah. All right, we stopped at what, 96?
Yeah.
All right, well, almost through the 90s, guys. I'll go all the way to 2000 and call it a beat right there because I really don't care what comes after that, honestly. Let's get there. 96 for the Spice Girls. Wonder what 97 is. It's pretty easy.
I don't even know.
Austin Powers. Of course, yeah. Everyone's running around saying, "Do I make you horny, baby?" Oh, horrible time.
This list is so tricky to me. I don't even want to guess.
98. You know what it is?
Just because I seen it.
Okay. Well, we do got our first horror movie icon, Ghostface, in 98. That's when everyone was... Is that when the fucking mask just started showing up in Walmart?
I think so.
You remember that?
You know what's wild is my parents had that mask before the movie even came out.
But it was different before the movie, wasn't it? I thought like they changed it, and then after the movie came out, it became this way.
Nah, it looked like that, but I think the newer one that they made for the film, like they made the eyes more narrow.
Okay.
But it looked exactly the same. And I remember my parents had that shit for like the longest time.
Yeah. All right, 99. Oh, this is pretty good.
You just got to tell me. I'm not going to guess.
No, man, you can guess this one. Come on, man.
99?
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't know.
You think that's air you're breathing?
Oh, fuck, The Matrix.
Yeah, boy.
Damn.
You know it. Neo is the number one costume in 90, which is
crazy.
crazy.
Air you're breathing?
Because I don't remember people wearing that. But, of course, I wasn't of the age. Yeah. I bet if I was like 21 and I was at a club, motherfuckers would have been walking in.
You just
Crazy.
How come Blade's not on there?
Should have been. You know, if I would have...
When did Blade come out?
That was 98, I want to say.
Damn.
If I would have been of age, I would have dressed as Neo.
I bet you niggas was dressing up as Blade back in the day.
And niggas would have been like, "Oh, are you Neo? You like Black Neo or Morpheus?" I'm like, "Nah, nigga, I'm Blade." Blade started the bullet time.
Damn.
The Matrix stole it.
Thieves.
Anyway, 2000, and how apropos, Britney Spears. That would be the last one right there. Oh, Harry Potter in 01. Okay, I said, I don't care.
Hold on, let's run through some of the 2000s.
I just closed it out.
Let's get to like 2010 at least.
Okay, we want to go to 010.
But let's just like fly through them.
All right, here.
We'll fly through them.
I got to bring the list back up. So do some filling for me.
What was like one of your like top costumes like growing up?
I never really had a top costume or one that stood out to me, honestly.
I think my favorite is probably my Power Ranger shit.
I mean, yeah, the Power Ranger shit was always dope, but I feel like it would have been doper now because the quality is better.
Bro, ain't no, like, I'm not lying. Don't ever let me get my hands on a 3D printer, because I'm going to be 3D printing fucking Power Ranger costumes, fucking Iron Man costumes, like, all that shit.
Niggas going to be like, yo, Mike, do you cosplay? Nah, nigga, I just like wearing this shit.
Just wanted some dope costumes.
I got a 3D printer. Why would I not make a full fucking movie quality Predator outfit? Like, the fuck is wrong with you?
You see how them dudes making like the retractable swords, like the big fancy ones? Like they're making like these dope ass ones though. Shit's crazy.
Okay, I'm back. 2001, Harry Potter and Hermione Granger, number one costumes.
Let's fly through these.
Spider-Man. 2002. Captain Jack Sparrow, 2003.
Of course.
SpongeBob, 2004. Darth Vader Returns in 2005. And that's where the list stops.
That's all they get. Yeah. They said, y'all get the rest.
I thought it kept going. But yeah, I mean, if I want to take a guess, at 2006, what would be like the biggest movie that year?
I'm going to look it up.
What came out? That's what I would do. Is like trying to think about like what came out that year, because that's probably the big movie, of course. I know another Pirates of the Caribbean came out that year. Probably another Jack Sparrow year. Yeah. Jack Sparrow had a grip. Jack Sparrow had a little bit of a grip for like a 3-year run.
Yeah, he had that
in
shit.
The mid-2000s, mid-aughts.
What's like the longest lasting costume?
It's got to be one of those superhero ones, dude. You seen Batman popped up in the 50s.
Maybe like...
That you're thinking. It's got to be like Batman, Superman, or like a soldier. Something like that.
The V from Vendetta dude.
Oh.
I don't think that was top in 2006, but that was like...
It was still a nice outfit. If you were out at a party and someone walked in wearing the Guy Fawkes mask and the whole outfit, you'd be like, oh, that's fucking dope. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so they gave me this list for 2006.
Okay.
And the top 10. And this is just general. But for males, it was a pirate, some kind of superhero, vampire, Star Wars, Matrix, Elvis, Wizard of Oz, and a pimp. And then for women, it was pirates and a winch, witches, superheroes, sex. It's a sexy costume, so pretty much lingerie, a nurse, Star Wars. These are like very general.
Can I ask, is the sexy costume played out now?
I think it is, because I like seeing girls in like creative nerdy shit.
And that's what I think. And I think like girls are more like creative now, and they just they find something that's not already prepackaged as sexy nurse, sexy maid, and they make it sexy themselves.
Yeah.
And like do their own thing to it. And that's what I think like the DIY is really been stepping up now, and I think like a lot more people take more pride in DIY.
Yo, the one costume where the chick was doing pottery and she had
shit.
She had fucking Patrick Swayze behind it. It was like the scene from Ghost.
Yeah.
But it was like a DIY. That shit was hilarious. It was dope.
For those of y'all who don't remember, in the early 90s there was this movie called Ghost about I think it was Demi Moore, who was the girlfriend of Patrick Swayze, who got killed by like a jealous lover, and he comes back as a ghost. And there's a scene where like she's making pottery, and like his ghost is like helping her make it, and it looks all, you think he's there in the room, but he's actually a ghost. Well, this girl actually like put on that ugly fucking wig that she had, that bowl cut, that early 90s bowl cut that women were rocking. Like, yeah, she had that on, and she had like this cardboard cutout of Patrick Swayze behind her, and she was like fucking making pottery and shit.
How the shit was moving behind her.
I liked her face because she was like acting like he was kissing on her neck and shit.
That was a dope one. But that, and then I seen this other one that was pretty dope, and this chick, she had like it was like a camera, like she was dressed up like a camera, and she would take pictures, and then she would turn around, and on the back, like, you know how when you turn the back and you look at the back of the camera and you can see like the photo, and so like up front. It's just like camera up front, but it's like a big box. Like she's inside the camera.
Yeah.
And then she takes a picture and she flips around to the back and like you see the picture, like whatever she took.
Yeah.
Like that shit is dope.
That's fucking nice. I like that. Another creative one I saw was this. If you're a fan of sports or you know of this moment, Randy Johnson, the pitcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks years ago in spring training, he threw a pitch and a bird out of nowhere flew right into the ball and died. So this guy was dressed up like Randy Johnson, the pitcher, and his girlfriend was like wearing like a ballerina outfit, but like it had like a ruffled feathers and shit and blood doused all over her. And like I like stared at it for a second and I was like, I don't get it. And they hit me. I was like, "Oh, she's the dead bird, Michael." Like, fuck.
Some of these costumes I've been seeing lately are super creative. It's dope. I love seeing shit like that.
Hell yeah.
But nah, shit. Moving forward, I think we've been at this for a minute.
Yeah, we have. We've been putting in some time.
Yeah.
We could skip the next task if you want. I mean, the next topic. We can go into it or not. But I'm gonna have more fun with the music corner.
Yeah, let's jump into music corner.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So, since it is Halloween, music corner. The most iconic Halloween song to date now has got to be Thriller, Michael Jackson's Thriller. And it kind of hit me while I was in the shower today. And that's where this topic comes from.
Niggas in the shower dancing at Thriller.
Hey man, don't talk about my choreography, okay?
Yeah.
My choreography.
Choreography.
You know what I'm saying? My shower singing and choreography is on point. Beyonce needs to come holler at me.
I'm scared to do any moves in the shower because if I slip, that's it. Like I'm dead. And I don't want to be found dead in the shower. Y'all should know this already. If y'all have heard the pod before, that's like one of my fears is dying in the shower.
Needless to say, dying because you were dancing, singing a song.
Like, how you explain that song? Like, what if you had Thriller on repeat and your phone is just going on repeat and you dead in the shower and they were like, how did this happen? And like, this nigga must have been in here. What if you were recording a TikTok and then there's just footage of you like waist up and then you just disappear and then Thriller is just repeating on your phone?
I just got this image in my mind of like the cops and shit coming in, and it's like Thriller's like playing in the background. It's like building up to the part where it's like da, 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 da. But it's like they're like knocking on the door and they're like opening it up and they're like coming in and it's like and then it gets to the shower curtain and they pull it back and then your dead body's there and it's like da, 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 da. But what I was thinking was, how come there were no like nerds or somebody on set who had the balls to pull Michael Jackson aside and tell him that like, hey, Michael, you know, this really isn't a thriller you're singing about. Now you're probably like, Michael, what are you talking about? Well, the premise of Thriller is he takes a girl to go see a horror movie, and the horror movie comes to life on the way home. But a thriller, the genre of thriller, is not a horror movie. There's no horror in it. So if you actually Google a thriller movie, I don't think a horror movie is going to come up. So someone should have been...
It's going to be like some suspenseful, like, drama.
My question is like, where was the well actually guy to be like, well, actually, Michael, it's technically not a thriller. It's a horror suspense. Or
I think Thriller just looked cooler in red lettering.
I think so too.
It just the aesthetic was like Thriller.
But when I think of like a thriller, I'm not thinking of like a werewolf movie. You know what I'm saying? That's a horror movie. Suspense.
Yeah.
That's what he's going for.
See, now I want to Google what a thriller is.
It's the biggest, you know, it's kind of like the biggest. Oh, and I hope it comes back the way I was thinking it was. I didn't do too much fact checking on this.
You were just like, hold on.
If it don't come back.
This math ain't mathing.
If it don't come back, don't fuck my shit up, nigga. Anyways.
I can see, yeah. Like some of the lists on here, like thriller movies.
Okay, so like I put in Thriller. The Dark Knight is on here as a thriller.
Yeah.
Gemini Man, a thriller. The Town is a thriller. That's what I'm saying.
Expendables.
Nobody told Michael Jackson what a thriller was. And because he's so talented, we just fucking said fuck it. And now for Halloween, instead of saying, 'cause it's a horror, we're saying thriller. I just don't get it.
I think Thriller sounded better.
It does. And he was probably like,
I feel like it could cry. I feel like it could teeter the line. Maybe there was just like those few is like, oh, it's a thrill, and he was like, a thriller.
but even still, like thrills, not scares. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna have to delve into that some more.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe we'll come back with this debate.
I'm just putting that out there for you guys. You know, when I hear thriller, I think like tomorrow night on Cinemax, Red Bottoms and Red Blood in the new sexual thriller. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think when I hear thriller. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I remember the Cinemax voice or anything. But yeah, I'm just saying.
A lot of late nights. Yo, so when you talk about like music like throughout Halloween, right? You say Thriller is probably at the top, but there's one that is a very close second. It's not as, I would say, it's not as extravagant as Thriller, but Michael Jackson is also on it. But we got Rockwell. Someone's watching me.
Yeah.
And that joint, have you seen the fucking video?
Yeah, it's creepy as fuck.
The video is creepy as fuck. I feel like that's what the Thriller video is.
It's 80s creepy too. There's like
Yeah.
faces in the mirror, like the 80s prosthetic monster hands coming out of doors and shit. It's creepy.
I could probably sing that whole song word for word though.
So when we were leaving your gig this weekend, driving home, I put on like the Spotify Halloween playlist, and that came on, and I got the question that I was waiting for from Tanya. I got the question I was waiting for from my girlfriend, and she was like, huh, "Who is Rockwell? I thought this was Michael Jackson's song." And I was like, "Oh, baby,
Yeah.
I've been waiting for you to ask that."
Everybody's like, yeah, do you have that Michael Jackson song? Someone's watching. I'm like, that's actually Rockwell, but
He just had the money to get MJ to sing the hook. It's not his
wait,
song.
how did that come about? I feel like there was like some finagling.
I thought he was in a crew of some people. Like, wasn't Rockwell a part of like Prince's crew or affiliated with Prince? Nah, because if that was the case, Michael Jackson wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he was just a part of like Michael Jackson's crew, and he was talented, and he was able to get MJ on the hook or something, or maybe it was supposed to be his song.
I seen some story, but I don't know how true it is. Well, I don't want to like put that out there and then it not be true. I'm gonna have to do some research.
I always feel like.
Cause somebody said that. Oh, see, I don't know.
What we got?
So there's one that I'm seeing, and I don't know which one is true, but thanks internet. But there's one that was saying Michael Jackson really liked the track, and he asked Rockwell who was gonna be singing backing vocals, and Rockwell said that he didn't have anyone on it. So Michael was like, "Okay, I'll do it." I don't know.
Okay.
And then there's another thing that said that they were connected because Rockwell's sister Hazel is married to Jermaine Jackson.
I could believe both of them actually.
So I guess maybe the situation was they were relatives by marriage, and they were all just sitting there like shooting the shit. And Rockwell had this song, and Michael was like, "I like that. Let me get on it.
Yeah.
I like that. Let me just sing on the back. Let me sing in the backing vocals." I can't do a Michael Jackson voice, but
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got a little bit caught into the movie.
but that's like wild. Imagine being like, I don't want to say this dude's like a mediocre artist.
It is. I mean, it is. But I mean,
like to have that huge of a feature on it, and you set for life.
claim
bro,
of fame is I got a song with MJ, and you
And
guys all think it's his, so you request it, and you're lying in my pockets.
and it's a really good song.
It really is.
It's
I
a really
like
fucking dope song.
I mean, you can believe anything because what Noriega constantly says on Drink Champs is Michael Jackson said he wanted Super Thug. He told Pharrell he wanted the Super Thug beat.
I believe Michael Jackson was just one of them niggas that was like, "Oh, like I like that." And
Yeah.
he would just like, cause wasn't what song did he say Pharrell? Pharrell was trying to give him some shit.
It was he wanted to give. It was on that Drink Champs episode with Pharrell, but that's where they talk about it. Like, man, what the fuck? It was
Or he heard some.
it was
shit.
a song for Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake, yeah.
Yeah. It was a song for Justin Timberlake. I want to say it was Senorita. Like, Senorita was meant for Justin Timberlake. He didn't like it, so he gave it to Justin. And then that was when, like, Nori was like, well, you never get me off my high horse because I heard that nigga, like, he wanted super thug.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, he constantly brings that shit up, and he always tells a story. So, I mean, at that time, like, if you think about it, 2001, like, when he came back with, like, You Rock My World and shit, and that shit was, like, a far different from, like, what he was doing in the 90s.
Yeah.
So it was like he always had an ear for, like,
you would just hear.
Yeah.
It's funny how they would say, like, this nigga will call up, like, he just randomly call, and then that nigga Pharrell was like, hey, Michael, nigga, stop playing with me.
Everybody had that story where they said, like, they hung up on Michael Jackson, and this nigga calls back, and it's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I don't know. That's like the finest. That's like the coolest thing about, like, people is everyone's a fan of something. So, like, whoever you're a fan of really is a fan of someone too, and it's cool to see them fanboy out for something. You know
I like hearing those stories. I like hearing the stories too. Like any, like, Michael Jackson or, like, Prince story. Like, I like hearing them because, like, how like, one is just how funny, like, these niggas approaches to, like, doing certain things. Like, some of them calls is, like, petty. Like, didn't Pharrell say, like, Michael called him and was like, oh, well, I could probably sing it better on this. Like, he said some shit like that. Like, yeah, okay. Whatever.
I love when anyone brings up that fucking video of the what is it, the Hold Hands Across America video, where everyone's, like, singing, where it's, like, Cyndi Lauper and all these people, and Michael Jackson's in there, and, like, that fucking old guy sings his verse, and you can see MJ, he's not feeling it, and then it gets to Cyndi Lauper, and she's like, wah, 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 like, screaming. He's just like, oh, like, fuck, you put her on this with me? Like, the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, you can see his pettiness come through. Or that other video where he's, like, dance fighting with his brother on stage because that nigga's trying to, like, steal the spotlight, and MJ just like, man, fuck this. I'm Michael Jackson. And just starts cutting a rug on this motherfucker until he falls back in line. Like, God damn it, Jermaine. You need to learn.
You can't dance better than me.
But no, they all have, like, those crazy stories. Like, between MJ and Prince, celebrities all have these crazy stories when they're like, especially, and you get to hear them a lot on Drink Champs, but it's like, you ever meet Mike? You ever talk to him and shit? And the last one I heard was, did you ever hear the Memphis Bleak episode?
No.
Well, he was, like, talking about the infamous bringing MJ out at Summer Jam, and he was like, that nigga only came for that. He's like, they're like, what? He's like, yeah, nigga, that's the flex. He brought Michael Jackson to the fucking hood, and he literally just walked out on stage to take the picture and shit. And he's like, and then that picture that we took, the infamous picture with Jay, like, Jay was the only one allowed to touch him, essentially. He's like, everybody else had to stand back. Like, he couldn't be close to him and shit. And then it's like, he took the picture and dipped. That was it. But he was like, Memphis fucking Bleak, this gangster ass motherfucker was like, literally, I was starstruck. Like, on the pod, he was saying that. He's like, that's the only nigga who made me starstruck. It's like, what? Memphis Bleak was...
There was some other stories I heard about. Who is it talking about Michael Jackson going to, like, Indiana? Like, he went back to...
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, he's from there.
Yeah.
Indiana, the Jacksons.
I think it was Danny Brown talking about it. I forgot. I gotta look it up. But yeah, there's probably tons of fucking Michael Jackson stories out there. I always like seeing it. Remember that video that they posted, and then nigga was in the car talking about, ooh, fish. Like, yeah, that nigga was.
No, the GOAT one is where he's, like, walking through that antiquity shop, and he's like, I have these, I have those, I like those. Oh, I put that on there. I want that too. And it's like all this shit is, like, gold plated and diamond encrusted. It's like, nigga, this shit is like $10,000 a piece.
Just put it in the back.
Yeah, he's like, I want that too. Oh, give me 4 of those pictures. Oh, they're Picasso, one of a kind each. Okay, call him up and make me another one. Oh, he's dead. You can't exhume his body and, you know, get the talent out of his hands.
That nigga had an outlandish amount of money.
But yeah, no. So, anyways, just a thought. Thriller, not really a thriller. It's a horror movie. You could think about it however you want. You can sing it out if you want. This is horror night. Anyways, but yeah, that's gonna be our 2023 Halloween edition. Anything else you want to add, Chuck?
Nah, we good. So we're gonna try to get y'all another episode soon, but you know, who knows? We busy.
We busy. We could probably squeeze one in. The
Yeah,
holidays
we'll
are coming
squeeze
up. We won't be as busy.
It's
Shaku will.
It's starting to ramp up for me. Niggas want me to do holiday parties and shit.
I mean, shit. I'm hosting a Thanksgiving for the first time in my life, so that's gonna be pretty crazy too.
Have everybody in the house. Goddamn.
I know.
I'm sweating thinking about it.
Nigga. For real. I had a hot flash. I had a hot flash just saying that putting it out there and
damn, I gotta host all these people.
Fuck
Shit.
Motherfuckers coming to me? No.
So you won't get our next episode until after Thanksgiving.
See y'all next year.
Later, niggas.
See you in 2024 for more.
Nah, but on that note, we gonna get up out of here. We'll see y'all next time.
Holla.
Peace.